Okay, everyone. My name is Li Min Xi. Xi, that's X-I-E. You can say X-I-E with Xi, whatever, doesn't matter. So we are talking about the solving quadratic equations. What are quadratic equations? So quadratic equations is a polynomial of the degree 2 or second degree polynomial. Let me give you an example. So x squared minus x minus 6 equals 0. So we can, there's two factors equal 0. So how do you do this one? So negative 6 equal negative 6 times 1. So negative 1 times 6, another one that's negative 3, or times negative 2, or negative 2 times 3. Because we are talking about this middle one, this negative x. So if we choose this negative 3 plus 2, so that's negative 1, for the equal the middle one. Okay? So this first try, okay? So you can say minus x minus 3 times x plus 2. So x minus 3 equals 0, or x plus 2 equals 0. And then we can get this x equals 3 or x equals negative 2. That's two answers, right? Let me give you a lot of examples. Okay, so if a 2x squared plus 6x equal negative 4, how do you solve this one? So we can say that's both sides plus 4. We got that's a 2x squared plus 6x plus 4 equals 0, right? And then this one, that take it out here, so that's a 2x squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. And then we got the two factors equal 0. So x plus 2, x plus 1. So x equal negative 2, or x equal negative 1. So that's got the two options, because that's the second degree polynomial. So that's very simple, that's equations. Okay, if I got this normal polynomial, how do you do that? Let me give you an example. So x squared minus 6x minus 1 equals 0. How do you do that? So we know there's a formula here. A plus or minus b perfect square equal as a square plus or minus 2 times a times b plus b squared, right? So how do you do that? If we use this formula, we can change this form here, because it's now normal here, right? So we can say that x squared minus 6x minus 1 equals 0. So both sides plus 1, so that's x squared minus 6x, so equal 1. And then because that's a plus b squared equal this one, that's very important, that 2 times a times b. So this 2 times a times, you can break down this one 2 times 3, right? That means x squared minus 2 times 3x plus something like that, and plus 1 plus something like that. Because we know a here, so we don't understand the b, so if we use this formula, so we can try this 3 squared, right? So both sides that's a plus 3 squared, and then we can use it this way. So that's a minus b squared equal a squared minus 2 times a times b plus the b squared. So we can say x minus 3 perfect square equal, that's 10, right? And the square root of both sides, x minus 3 square is radical 10. And then if I take it out the square root, so that's x minus 3 equal, so that's the radical 10. And the both side 3 plus 3, so we can say x equal 3 plus minus radical 10, right? Now we can get there's two answers. So one answer that's 3 plus radical 10, another one 4 equals 3 minus radical 10. So that's a two answer, right? Now, however, not always that we can get this. There's a formula here. Let me give you an example. Okay. So there's a 2x squared minus x minus 5 equals 0. So we understand a lot of formula. So this x equal minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. Whole thing is divided by 2a. Remember this one? So right now we use this one. That's for easy to solve. So what is a? So a equal 2, b negative 1, so c negative 5. And then x equal negative minus 1 minus negative 1 plus minus square root negative 1 square minus 4 times 1 that's 2, right? Times c is negative 5. Whole thing that's divided by 2 times 2. And then minus negative 1, so that's plus 1. How do you solve this one here? So negative 1 squared, that's 1. Negative 4, negative 5 multiplication, so that's plus 2. Positive 20, sorry. Positive 20 times 2, that's 40. So whole thing that's divided by 4. So that's 1 plus minus radical 41 divided by 40. Now we got that's two answers, right? So x equal 1 plus radical 41 divided by 4, or x equal 1 minus radical 41 divided by 4. We solve this two answers. That's easy. We use this one. That's for easy. Let me give you another example. We use this formula. It's very, very useful. Okay. So if x squared plus 1 equals 0, we still use this formula. Let me give you an example. So we need to change is form x squared plus 0x plus 1 equals 0, right? So a equal 1, b equals 0, c equal 1, right? So x equal negative b, so the negative 0 plus minus the radical, that's b, that's 0, 0 squared minus 4 times 8, 8 times 4 times 1, whole thing divided by 2a, so 2 times 8. And then for this one, so this is nothing. That's plus minus radical negative 4 divided by 2, right? So we can make this one, we can take it out. That's plus minus 2 radical negative 1 divided by 2. We cancel out that's 2. So that's plus minus radical negative 1. So we know there's imaginary, right? So I square equal negative 1. Remember this one? It's very useful here. So we can say this plus minus radical I squared. So just take it out square root. So the plus minus, that's I. So we got it as two answers, easy. So x equal plus I or x equal negative I. That's two answers. It's something. So that's all for today. You have a good one, everybody.